Morning, Fraser. 6 a.m. Well, 5 to 6. Thursday morning. Men's group heading off to make coffee and get things ready for the guys. Let's go. Yuck. But, who am I to judge? I like Diet Pepsi, so, but coffee's being made. Just waiting for another 4 minutes and then back over and setting up the room. So, all right, trying a new setup for the boys today. So, a little bit longer, a little bit open in the center. I got enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. So I got enough for 30. Got enough for 30 people today. I didn't think we'd have, I thought we had too many chairs last week. We wound up having 22 guys. So set up chairs a little different and we'll see what happens. Coffee's already ready. I gotta go get some cream, but I'm gonna wait for whoever gets here first. I'll go and I'll run over and grab some more cream. But yeah. Other than that, gonna read the Bible a little bit and maybe pray a little bit, and we'll go from there. All right, so it's looking better in here already. It's looking drier, sort of. I mean, it's still very, very wet, but it looks drier. So yeah, we're gonna take some stuff apart here and take that toilet out. We'll go from there. I just need a little bit of room, so I need to take the door off. One last screw. Let's see how it goes. All right, well that's good, I suppose. It didn't, fall off. Feel the pressure on that one. Wasn't sure about that one. That worked out nicely. Still not perfect, but nicely. Might be able to get a little bit further. If there's a plunger. Why is there no plunger in a ladies' toilet, but we got one in a men's? I don't know. So the question is, do I want to take that off first? I kind of do. That's kind of a pain. Let's do that first. Let's take the tank off. It's easier to carry the tank at a time. These things are fairly heavy, right? So. Come see. Oh, nasty. Nasty smell.
It smells fruity.
Not smell fruity. Not fruity. What's that?
Need a plastic bag or something?
No, that'll do for now. We're gonna, yeah, we'll go and we'll get some stuff and then come back. So.
Is Fraser there?
Fraser is there. Fraser is there. I know you don't know this, but I took a break for a few minutes and Allie came by. We went out and grabbed a bite. And then now I'm back with some temporary plugs in order to temporarily plug this appropriately. So, oh, I'm not getting down on that floor without knee pads. Hey. Oh yeah, so much better. That there, that there. There we go. Perfect. Works out nicely. Little rubber O-ring type, thick O-ring type thing on the bottom, wing nut on the top, and it just tightens it and extends it, and it's good. So that's the area the plumber's going to work on, right in there. Yeah. Get rid of this. That's probably fine too. So now, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? Well, now I'm going to play with the walls because I got some proper tools here, and yeah, I don't know. I'm going to take that off to start with. I do not like these fittings. Those are gross. Nasty. All right, gonna get some. Gonna go get some of the other tools in that I need. And we are taking out the walls. Not sure where they're going or what we're doing with them at this point, but they do need to be gone. So I'm just gonna play for a little while. So that we get a full picture of what this is like. Got there, there. Yeesh. Normally I would be worried about scraping floors and stuff, but all these floors are coming up, they're getting busted out, so.
Planning on the washroom?
Oh, yeah. Always.
The ladies' washroom.
The ladies' washroom. I know.
Gosh.
It's a little creepy.
Way too many stalls.
Way too many stalls. Well, not enough stalls. You know, really, but that's okay.
Alright. Just keep going.
Yeah. I'm just taking notes on these, right? So,
At youth, Will had a picture of a geyser. I was just doing weird, but I'm like, oh god, you missed. It's in the circle.
yeah, it's only a half inch guy, but you know. There we go. I thought it'd be best to start back here. And then I can just lay the doors and the panels up. Is my thought process. And thereby creating more space as I go. Alright, let's see if we can get these off. Should be able to. Should be that right there. Look at that. Done. One. And we don't stack better. Let's get the hardest screws out first, and then we'll, the rest will be a cakewalk, right? I love the fact that they use two different bits, literally within the same installation. That's awesome. Hot, hot. We're getting there. This is actually a pretty easy job. So. Seriously? Oh, no. Opened everything up. Perfect. Worked out nicely. So, do you know what's funny? I didn't really think about it. There was no wax. There was no wax on that toilet bowl flange. Because I didn't clean it up. Zero wax. No wax ring. It might be in the toilet, like as far as, but it certainly didn't, yeah. It's all good. That should have leaked all over. There's no way that should have not leaked. So, we'll see. This is better. Not much. But a little. Not much, but a little. Not sure what that is. But it looks nasty. I'm a little scared to tug on it. It looks like a rope. Not sure. Gross. there. All right, it's one. Well, it's actually two, but we've got it cleaned out, so Tony, the plumber, will be able to get in here and work with no problems whatsoever. Yeah. I gotta get a 4-inch thing for there. The same thing that I just bought. These things, but in a 4-inch. So we'll see. I still can't believe there's no wax on that one. There was very little wax on that one, so that one wasn't sealed. I don't think any of these are sealed properly. There was one of them in here. It was rocking pretty good. Yeah, I don't think any of them are sealed. That's okay. Doesn't matter. They're all being replaced anyway because all this floor is coming up, so it does not matter. Do I want to remove all the toilets already? We may as well, just to see what we got, right? It takes 5 minutes. 5 minutes of toilets. That's all it takes. Holy, seriously. That one's toast. Yikes. At least that one and that one are cracked as well from the bolts. So they're done. You know, anyway. It's up to other people to need to decide that, but. No wax to speak of, 4-inch again. I gotta go to the plumbing store and get a couple of 4-inches. I'm gonna get 4 because why not? If I never replace it or return them, I can return them. So, yeesh. Okay. The only wax is literally on the bolt. That's it. So far, all 3 of these should have leaked on a regular basis. All right, 4-inch of the same thing. These things here, tighten them up, that gets bigger, stays in. All that wonderful stuff. Boggles. I do so much extra wax when I do mine. It's not fun. Like I actually use 2 and make sure that it's sealed well, but which is again overkill. But you know me, right? I keep forgetting the grinder. Keep forgetting the grinder. Don't touch it, it's hot. Oh, wax. Fantastic. Still not a great wax. It wasn't really attached because you can see that it wasn't really touching, but at least it was there. That's a little bit about what I was worried about as well. That shut-off valve is not quite working. It is and it isn't. It's got a drip coming from it, so the O-rings inside are toast. Okay, so I gotta go and get a shut-off valve for that. I can't leave that like that. It's gotta go now. All right, so we had a little bit of an issue here, like I had said. This the old shut-off valve here was not shutting off, and it was coming out, as I showed you, I'm sure. So I went and got a new one of these, but I had to turn the water off. There. I wish I had it on, but I was in a bit of a panic to try and find the shut-off valve, which I couldn't see in the first instance. I had to make a couple of phone calls, then I couldn't reach it. So I had to get Cody to come over with his much longer, manlier arms compared to my stubby little arms, and I had him reach in there. It was a little creepy in there too, but still I couldn't actually get in there, and he turned that off. So ensured that the water was off, I used the kitchen. I opened the kitchen sinks, made sure that they were not draining anymore, but there's still so much water in the system that there was a lot of pressure in there. So as soon as I released it, it started spraying in my face. I managed to get the other one on there quickly enough, but I got a little wet, but it was good. So So we're done. All the toilets are out. All the walls are out.
Captain Overkill.
That's enough for today. So, Captain Overkill.
Count this as tomorrow. or the
It's
next
not.
15
It's not.
days.
It's not overkill. It needed to be done.
I know, but it didn't need to be all done in one day.
It wasn't all done in one day. I got all sorts of brackets in the walls.
Yeah.
Craig gave me trouble too. So, he's like, "What's going on?" I said, "Well, I just removed the toilets." "Oh, you didn't do any of the other stuff." I said, "What other stuff? Taking down all the cubicles and stuff?"
Yeah. When
Anybody who knows me,
When I left you, you were only going to do one more thing and come home.
yeah. But anybody who knows me knows better than that. Hey Fraser, hope your day's going well today, bud. Men's group this morning, early morning, so I might look a little tired, but it's good. I enjoy getting there and getting things set up, and I put up the extra tables today, and we actually had like 25 guys there, so the extra tables were necessary, the extra chairs and stuff. So that was kind of cool. Then I stuck around afterwards to take that one toilet out. Craig wanted me to try and get it out today so that the plumber was able to come in and just be able to work on it, right? And then Craig and I were gonna do the cubicles and stuff, I don't know, the next day or two or whatever. And I went in there to take the toilet out, and I realized it's cramped. And it's like, okay, well, if I'm cramped, Tony, the plumber, he's gonna be even more cramped just because he's got to do more stuff. So I thought, all right, well, I'll take the walls out of that particular cubicle because it's kind of separated. It's kind of on its own, right? So I took that one out and got the toilet out, and that should have been it. That was my job. But I just looked at it and it was like, it's not that late. It's still pretty early in the morning. I got lots of time. Let me just try and take the cubicles down. And of course, then the cubicles all came down, and then once the cubicles were all down, and a couple of those were a little sketchy, but they worked out okay. And then once the cubicles were down, I just I needed to take the one toilet out at the very end to be able to fit all the stuff from the cubicles, the walls and stuff. And it was like, there's only 3 left. So yeah, did that. Yeah. And then of course the issue with the last toilet, naturally, the shutoff valve didn't work. It was just enough that it was going like drip, 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 drip. So it was fast enough that it was going to leave a significant pool of water. And there's a drain in the middle, so it's not terrible, but you don't want to be, running water. What if it goes worse? What if it just breaks and then it starts spraying all over the place? So I thought, okay, I'll go down and I'll rip down and grab the shutoff valve. Got the shutoff valve, come back, and I'm looking for the main shutoff, the main water shutoff, and I can't find it. I'm like, I just don't get it. And so I wasn't going to tell Craig that I had done any of this stuff. But I didn't have a choice. I had to call him and ask him where the main water shutoff was, because I hadn't dealt with it before. And so he gave me trouble for doing everything. But again, anybody who's worked with me, anybody that knows me, should know that I can't. It's like a Lay's potato chip. You just can't eat just one. You gotta finish the whole bag. You gotta eat. You gotta finish the whole job. As best you can, right? So I had lots of time, sorta, kinda. So anyway, I couldn't reach. Craig helped me, tell me where the water shutoff was, and it was it's literally behind the hot water tank. And the hot water tank's not movable. It's a big 60-gallon plastic one. So I'm trying to get in there. I clean it all out, and I'm trying to get in there now that I know where it's at, and I can't reach it. I'm like it's the knob is here, the handle's here, and I'm doing this. I'm like a full 2-inch missing. So I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do, man? I'm like, okay, I need somebody with long, thin arms. Allie was there by that time because I thought if I couldn't find the water shutoff valve, I was going to just remove the shutoff valve anyway with full water pressure and try and put the other one on and stem it off when I put the new one on. So I had Allie bring a couple of big towels. Fortunately, we found the water shutoff before that, but I still hadn't been able to get it, so I had to call Cody over. And Cody came over, and Cody's got like 3 inches on me, arms and height kind of thing, right? So
he was able to reach in there with no problem and turn it off. So like I say, I turned all the taps on in the kitchen, reduce the water pressure, make sure it's good, right? Yep, no water flowing. But yeah, there was so much water pressure there. As soon as I took that off, it just went whoosh. So it really wasn't that much different than if I had left the water pressure on in the first place, but it was kind of fun. So that job's done, sort of, to that degree. We'll figure out what we're going to do later. Well, I don't know, tomorrow. Whenever the plumber gets in there and does whatever he's going to do, then we'll get some more. I think we should get some more fans in there and work the fans in there to get everything dried up a little bit, right? So, all right. So we're still in Acts 9. We're going to start in verse 32 today, and we're switching over to Peter, the Apostle Peter. As Peter traveled about the country, he went to visit the Lord's people who lived in Lydda? I don't know. There he found a man named Aeneas, who was paralyzed and had been bedridden 8 years. Aeneas, Peter said to him, Jesus Christ heals you. Get up, roll up your mat. Immediately Aeneas got up. All those who lived in Lydda and Sharon saw him and turned to the Lord. In Joppa there was a disciple named Tabitha. In Greek her name is Dorcas. She was always doing good and helping the poor. About that time she became sick and died, and her body was washed and placed in an upstairs room. Lydda was near Joppa, so when the disciples heard that Peter was in Lydda, they sent 2 men to him and urged him, please come at once. Peter went with them, and when he arrived, he was taken upstairs to the room. All the widows stood around him crying and showing him the robes and other clothing that Dorcas had made while she was still with them. Peter sent them all out of the room. Then he got down on his knees and prayed. Turning toward the dead woman, he said, Tabitha, get up. She opened her eyes, and seeing Peter, she sat up. He took her by the hand, helped her to her feet. Then he called for the believers, especially the widows, and presented her to them alive. This became known all over Joppa, and many people believed in the Lord. Peter stayed in Joppa for some time with a tanner named Simon. So Peter, as well as the other apostles, continued to go around preaching, again, knowing that, Peter specifically knew that eventually he would be crucified for his faith and his preaching and healing and all that sort of stuff. So, but nonetheless, he knew, he didn't care. He didn't love his life enough to shrink from death. He was willing to preach Jesus, willing to heal in Jesus' name, because he knew the end, eternity, was way better than what we're experiencing now. Short one today. God loves you very much, buddy. I love you too. I miss you. I look forward to seeing you. I understand we've changed our dates a little bit. That's okay. Mid to late May is fine. I'm good with that. And I look forward to seeing you then. And I will post more tomorrow.